Here to tell us more about this year's laureate is Elina Druker, member of the Alma jury.
A survivor who refuses to be silenced. That is how Laurie Halse Anderson describes herself in her poetic memoir, Shout, from 2018. And it is true for many of her main characters as well. In her richly expressive novels for young people, all narrated in the first person, Anderson gives voice to the adolescent experience with sometimes brutal honesty. Here is resignation, even desperation, but also determination for change kept alive by the search for meaning, identity, and truth. Laurie Halse Anderson, who published her debut novel in 1996, has experimented with many literary genres, including writing texts for children's books and picture books. Her literary breakthrough came with the young adult novel Speak in 1999. When 13-year-old Melinda is raped at a party, she calls the police, but she cannot bring herself to talk about what happened. Her strategy for surviving the pain, shame, and isolation is to stop speaking. Speak is a skillfully written, informed depiction of how rape survivors experience stigmatization as a result of emotional and physical bullying. Anderson's novel was published long before Me Too and had an enormous impact. The part it has played in encouraging survivors, regardless of gender, to come forward and speak about their experiences of sexual assault has been widely acknowledged. One of Anderson's most noted books, besides Speak, is Winter Girls from 2009. It is a harrowing, detailed documentation of two girls' life-threatening eating disorders, including calorie counting and self-harming behavior. Leah and Carrie start out as friends, but their struggle to be as thin as possible has left them frozen inside their bodies. Anderson makes the issue of self-control concrete and tangible by literally striking through occasional words, names, and thoughts that appear on the pages of the book, as if they are fragmentary, innermost thoughts and desires of the narrator that she wants to keep secret or severely depress. Anderson has also written several historical novels. Her greatest historical work is the trilogy Seeds of America, which includes the books Chains, Forge, and Ashes. The series opens in 1776, the year of the Declaration of Independence, and ends in 1781. At the center of event is Isabel, a 13-year-old enslaved girl who, with her sister, has been promised her freedom in her enslaver's will. Instead, Isabel is sold at auction and separated from her sister. Seeds of America is an impressive picture of a society and an era. It reflects Anderson's burning interest both in the history of America and in the ways that individual destinies are formed. It has been said of Laurie Halse Anderson that her books have changed lives, and many people have testified to the significance of her work. 2 decades after its publication, Speak was reissued in 2019. In the same year, Anderson published Shout, her memoir in verse, in which she writes about her own upbringing and how she found her way to books, reading, and language. In her introduction to the book, Anderson writes, "This is the story of a girl who lost her voice and wrote herself a new one." Shout is the lyric counterpart to Speak, and as its title emphasizes, daring to speak is not enough. To survive, you have to shout. "The only thing that helped me breathe was opening a book," writes Anderson in one of the poems, and the closing lines of the poem Me Too leave no doubt about what the author wants to say. Me to be stronger, you to stand taller, we to shout louder than they thought we could. In the writing of Laurie Halse Anderson, The yearning for love and belonging is a recurring theme, and she conjures up conditions, moods, and emotions with arresting intensity. Thank you.